Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So we are back with another collective pick a card, just a collective reading today. Let's go ahead and find out what Spirit wants to say to you all here. We have the Three of Swords reversed. And a reminder before I begin, because that card came out super fast, I do offer personal readings, both tarot and astrology. I also offer group and custom spell work. So if you're interested in that, check out my website, the1111babe.com. I also have my shop over there, so you can check that out as well. But we have the Three of Swords coming out first, and it's reversed. You all are healing from some sort of heartbreak here, from a betrayal. I feel like a lot of you, I just stopped shuffling for a second. A lot of you are feeling like you're healing aspects of you that were very jaded, or that have become very jaded, especially when it comes to connections with other people. I feel like those drawn to this collective message, you all are my introverts. You don't like to let people in. And it might not have always necessarily been that way, or that's not necessarily how you want to live. It's just that's how you've had to live. You might actually be more extroverted, and you might, I'm hearing online. So you might see that with however you carry yourself online. I heard midheaven, so that's also the online persona, as well as being how you are, your public persona. So you might present as somebody that's very extroverted and likes to be around people, likes to have lots of conversations, stuff like that, but in reality you can't. I feel like energetically, for reasons, you're sensitive, but also just people see that and they use it against you almost. Where you've had that, your energy, that extroverted energy used against you. I just get the sense you're not that you're very jaded, but you're healing from some very jaded beliefs about people, about your potential, about potential in life. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. I'm hearing love life, so especially about love life for some. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this was I'm hearing a lifestyle or a mindset that you were very resistant to walk away from. Being in kind of this jaded space, like a nihilistic space even for some. This helped you feel in control. It helped you feel, I'm hearing I'm seeing grounded, but with quotations around it. You weren't truly grounded, but it gave you a sense of control that being more open with connections or being more open to connections doesn't allow. Also, you're healing from spending a lot of time and energy focusing on certain connections that were not resonating with you anymore. You were very resistant to walk away from these things. And even I'm getting the sense that at time, for a certain amount of time, you weren't aware that they weren't good for you. You thought that they were, you thought that you just needed to work on developing them. And in time, they would turn out to be your Ten of Cups, your emotional fulfillment. But there did become a time where you were aware that it wasn't working out for you and you're still resistant to walk away from it. This is because it was the Eight of Cups. It was not fulfilling, but it was also not the unknown. There was a safety to it. So this is something that you're healing from right now, collective. And some of you might still be in these type of connections. But you're going through this process of removing this, almost it's like dark ink, this darkness that has been or had been festering in you as you were going down a really dark path. It's things are lightening up in your heart space, I feel. There's far more optimism. um, I don't think you see being negative as a way of being safe anymore. There is a sense of security, like if you're super negative about things, then you won't be disappointed, and then you'll be extra excited if things go well. But I feel like a lot of you have had enough experiences to see that that's really not true. Yeah, you're and this healing that you're doing, it's not just like, healing. You're actively taking these steps to do this. You're always being guided, but these are all minor arcana. So this shows me these are the things that you are doing. Like, you are doing the heavy lifting here. You're not flowing with the universe. You have decided to heal. You made that like conscious decision. So I just want to shout you out for that, because that's a big thing. It's also a big thing when people can go in the flow with the universe as well. I'm not saying anything on the other side of that, but that's a big thing, that this is you actively making choices that align with your higher self. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So I feel like I'm getting now a little bit more about some of these past situations. You may have been dealing with the Knight of Swords reverse energy, or just people like that in general, that were just mean, cruel, would come in and out of your life. Like, this is big ghosting energy. Maybe make a lot of promises, never really be able to fulfill them. They just did it because they liked how it sounds, right? I know it's like the Knight of Swords reverse. It definitely could be like a bully. So this collective, you may have dealt with a lot of bullies. We have the Seven of Pentacles reverse, and I feel like you spent a lot of time, I'm hearing a lot of time trying to nurture or care for your bullies. You spent a lot of time pouring into people that were being very mean to you. I feel like you all had some sort of realization this seems like there's some sort of realization about what this is all rooted in here. Like, what was the reasons that you were drawn to this type of energy, or you kept seeing this pattern pop up in your life? I'm getting like lots of things about childhood and family and things of that nature. So maybe you had a realization, you kept repeating something that happened in childhood, with trying to like make these people that obviously had negative feelings and intentions towards you and negative actions towards you, but it's like you were almost drawn to them, like, well, I can make them like me, and then that proves something about me to myself. I feel like there was like a full circle realization of like how you truly felt about yourself and like your self-worth, and why you would pour into people that didn't love and support you the way you did, and where that was happening in your life, and like where did it start. That's what I'm getting. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's this, you stopped fighting to make people like you, collective. Like, it's like you're not gonna fight. You either love or like and accept me as I am, or you don't, and we don't need to be around each other. It's fine. Not everybody's for everybody. And I feel like that I'm hearing across the board. So it's like friends, family, romantic connections. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're not pouring into people that are not pouring into you, and this is really you taking the action to step into that space and set that boundary for yourself, is helping heal a lot of the negative energy that you started harboring in your heart space about people in general. Because of course you were starting to get that way, because look at the type of connections that were happening in your life at that time. it was all around you, but that was because it was trying to mirror back how you were feeling internally. And you did that work to shift that. And now you're actively making choices when it comes to the type of people you have around, the type of energy you feed into. You have boundaries for yourself that you don't cross these lines anymore to give this type of energy any like attention or pour into it. It's not, I'm hearing, yeah, it's like you've realized it really was not worth it. A lot of you realize these people should be like bending over backwards to try to get into your life, to try to get into, you know, to be a part of your experiences, not the other way around. You guys, look at that. Healing. Yes, absolutely. You all are healing right now. So you may find yourself being more tired, you know, needing to slow down. I just dropped some cards. I'm going to put them back in and shuffle. But yeah, you might need to slow down a bit, I'm hearing. Don't push yourself as hard. The more time, or the more you listen to your body and its physical needs during this time, the faster the healing process is going to go. You can definitely drag it out by pushing yourself to do too much. We have besties. Some of you, I'm getting a couple different things. I do feel like some of you walked away from your best friend or a really close friendship here because you realized it was that 8 of Cups reverse energy. And as you go through this healing experience, you're going to be attracting in people like friendships that are really, really in alignment with you. I'm getting, okay, so when people have their ascendant sign, the degree is close to each other, they are experiencing transits simultaneously, okay? So they're experiencing very similar events throughout their entire life. And those people, if you find somebody that's ascendant sign is the same and you know, a couple degrees within yours, you can find somebody that really can understand some of your experiences. Now this also it depends, it can vary, but it really is gonna, it's like, it's similar to when you find somebody that's the same moon sign as you, where there's a resonance there, okay? But it's more intense because it's like, you know what I'm experiencing. I feel like that is what I got shown as an example. It might not be literal. This person or people you meet might not have that in their natal chart, but that's how it's gonna, like, you're going to really and truly resonate and understand this person or these people. And it's going to really, it's like there's good people out there. There really are. I feel like it just really heals. For a lot of you, I'm hearing it's healing something that's very deep, like goes all the way back to like elementary school when it comes to making friends. Okay, we have collaborate. Yes, you're going to be working with these people in some capacity. Now, this could be just collaboration among friends, you know, getting together, because I feel a group dynamic. So it could be like you meet somebody, you guys vibe really well, and they bring you into their friend circle or vice versa, or you start attracting in other people as well, and you're like organically growing in this group. Because I am seeing like two almost stars come together, and that draws in a lot of other energy, okay, that are all in alignment. You're gonna be collaborating. So this could be people that work in the same field as you or work in a field that can connect in some type of way, which pretty much everything can with social media. You know, you can show support. But I'm also getting like collaborating, like planning things together, planning trips, planning dinners, planning, you know, going out and doing things together. So I think a lot of you in your past connections, you might have been the planner or you might have been the one trying to bring people together. And this is a collaboration. So this is not just you being always the one to do that kind of thing. This is coming together and being like this, you know, you get invited here and then they invite you, or you invite them and somebody else invites everybody. Like, so I'm hearing a healthy group dynamic, and I think a lot of you are not used to healthy group dynamics when it comes to friendships. I also heard coworkers. So some of you, this could be a change in the coworker dynamic, especially if you're starting a new job. We have unblock. Yeah, this is one, your healing is unblocking the like repelling energy that you were carrying. I don't know if that's really the right word, but it's like I'm seeing somebody that was repelling these authentic connections with what the energy they were carrying and the thoughts that they held about friends in general and about people in general. Because these type of people aren't going to want to come towards you if you're like, I hate everybody and everybody's stupid, like that kind of stuff. I feel like you had your right to feel certain ways, but that energy being broadcasted was not very like you just don't want to be around it. And so this healing unblocked you to have these connections come in that are really good for you. Friendship's important. I'm seeing a study, I don't know if it's like how valid it is, but I've seen this floating around about like how much longer people live that have like solid friend circles as they age. Okay, we have talking so I gotta be careful because the algorithm. I'm hearing with this, you have unlocked, like, I'm seeing a game, and it's like you've unlocked the level of where you have friends that you have evolved from just, like, talking bad about other people. Like, you come together and you talk about things that you want, things that inspire you, things that, you know, that make you step into a place of wonder. Like there's this elevated level of conversation between you, these people that I'm seeing, and it's not this like these like, okay, like sometimes when I'm out in public, a lot of times I'm alone, and I overhear people's conversations, like if I'm out like shopping or something, and well, like, it's so, I know people are talking in public, but like, I hear so many people talking bad about other people and just like in such the most basic, annoying way. Like, oh, did you hear about what da-da-da did? And like, they just, it's so, I can't stand it. So I feel like you might have had like to deal with that petty type of behavior in a lot of friend circles that you've had in the past, and you never resonated with it. And that made you kind of the odd person out, because you might have been like the devil's advocate, and they found it annoying that you would always like, why are you, you know, why do you have to say something, or we're just kidding, or like, can't you take a joke? Like you always heard those type of phrases. But it's because you are always like that, because you knew, even whenever you're in your space of like nothing matters, you knew that like words mattered at some level intuitively, and you just didn't see the point of like spewing negativity towards somebody, especially if they hadn't done anything. Yeah, like some of the stuff I hear, like if I'm out like at a pool setting or something like that, where people like lounging in there for a while and talking, and like I'm not trying to listen, but just things will stand out, and it's just like, that is so petty. Like, why do you need to say something like that? I don't know. I just feel like collective, if this is for you, I'm not saying, because I know people, they do what they're gonna do. I'm not trying to judge you for what you're doing, but I feel like if this message is for you, you've evolved past that, and you know, here's the thing, when people talk bad about other people to you, they're talking bad about you the second that you're gone, and you know that. I can't, like, when people try to start that stuff up, I can't get away from them fast enough, because it's just, that energy is so toxic and draining, and, you know, I've engaged it in my life. I'm not saying I haven't, but it's like, no. I don't want it near me, because I know what they're doing the second they walk away. So, all right, we have homestead. So maybe some of you are interested in that, homesteading, or getting off grid, or just buying a home, having land. I think that's like something probably we all want. I feel like this group is also, they're gonna have similar desires and similar goals as you, and it's not gonna be like we're competing. It's like it's collaboration. We're building each other up so we can all obtain these goals. I'm hearing Aquarius. This is giving big Aquarian energy of, it is not about me, it's about we, okay? It's about us. Okay, we have single. So, let me get another Another card. What about singles? What do singles need to know about this healing? Now, some of this was about relationships. We have 888, romantic relationships. You could be meeting somebody in that way that also has these qualities that I've discussed. Also, a message I'm getting is that somebody here will be meeting their person through this friend group, okay? Could be one of your friends, like cousins, brothers, because I'm getting this song about, like, I want to date your brother or something. I just heard it yesterday. It's like something new, and I've never heard it before, but that's what I'm getting. I don't know who the artist is. But 888. These people that are coming in, or if for the, okay, that's right, we're talking about single. Sorry, I was getting distracted. But actually, let me say it before I forget. The people that are coming in, this is soul family, okay? Now, single and 888, I just got a message. I did a collective written message on Facebook, and one of the groups got 888. I don't know which one right now. I will leave that in the pinned comment, which group that was, which signs. And the message was about, I don't remember what the message was about, but it was about your love life, and it was about somebody coming in, either you having your eye on somebody or somebody. There was a message where two different groups of zodiac signs got like a message that was coming together, where it was like the pursuer and the pursuee. So I'll leave it in there. I'll leave it in the comment, what I wrote out. Okay, we have acting weird, and follow me on Facebook if you're on Facebook. Some also Instagram, even though I really am not that great with posting things over there. We have acting weird. Okay, so somebody here, I feel like, I wish I could remember. So either have somebody coming in, or you might be pursuing somebody once you meet like this friend group, okay? If you have somebody coming in, this person's acting weird with you right now, or they're going to be acting weird when you come into contact with them. Like, they don't seem like they like you, but they do, is what I'm getting. We have do no harm, take no okay, so they might be acting weird. If you are a practitioner, witchy-ish, dress in it, or like talk about spirituality, they might be acting weird because they are a little freaked out by that. But it's not in like a, I don't necessarily think that it's in a bad way. If it is, this is a message that you don't need to be with anybody that like is weirded out by your practices or your beliefs. We have protected. There's something here, I feel like you guys are the one that's being pursued, collective, because there's something here about, like, this person sees that you're protected, you're spiritually protected, or you're protected maybe by friends, or you're, you always seem to know things, so it's like I'm hearing like you're always like at the right place at the right time or something like that. So there's like this observational energy here. They might be watching you before they actually come in. I heard you're well liked. Yeah, this person somehow like, they definitely, so they either you know them or they watch you somehow. 1111. Should I say either you know them or this is like some sort of Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo thing going on? Protected, 1111. Fire, Mercury. Before they have like communicate with you, I feel like they want to feel in alignment with themselves. That's what I heard. Like, before I say anything, it needs to be like the right time to say something to you. And that's why they're acting weird, because I feel like they want to, but it's like it's not 11:11 yet. And so 11:11 to me and to other people is a sign of alignment, that you're where you need to be. Sometimes, like, if you're having a conversation or if you're thinking in deep thought about something and asking yourself a question or saying something, and then you look up and it's 11:11, that's like a validation of whatever I said, thought, whatever. Like, I need to follow that. That's what's in alignment for me. So I feel like this person is waiting for that sign that it's time. And so every time they are coming in contact with you, it doesn't feel right. Like they're not getting whatever it is that they're looking for. And so they're acting weird because they're having that side conversation in their head about the spiritual stuff. Because we have 888 and 1111. So this is like not synchronicities. It's almost like they're waiting for the synchronicity. And I don't know if they're necessarily consciously aware of it or if it's an unconscious thing they're doing, but I would say it's happening for, it's spiritually led with protected here. Like spirit's leading this person to be this way because there is something important about it being at the right time, that they have this communication with you. They also feel very passionate towards you with Fire Mercury being there. So that also makes them act weird. Yeah, you think that this person's not interested in you. But they are, and you remind them of somebody, so that also might be throwing them off. I heard an ex or somebody they had a crush on at some point, somebody maybe that rejected them. Leadership. I'm hearing you're intimidating. I'm not surprised that my collective is intimidating. I get told that. I'll be like complaining. I don't know how many times I've been complaining about like something of like, why would like somebody act this way towards me? And then my friend will be like, well, you're a little bit intimidating. Or like, I'm like, what? Like, I don't see it in that way. So you might not see it in that way either, collective, but I feel like this person sees you as like a leader. While they could see collaborating with you, there is this sense of, I feel like somebody rejected them that reminds them of, you remind them of that person that rejected them. But I don't feel like you are like that person at all. I feel like you might look like them, but you're not like them. Or there might be something about just your first layer of your personality, because I know my collective is multifaceted, okay, and I know you have a lot of layers there, so they might act as that first layer if it's not a looks thing, but it's not really you. We have respect. Yeah, this person respects you, but they are afraid that you would not be interested. Okay, anything else? They also might be afraid that you would, for some, they got emotionally, I'm getting almost like this mean girl energy, okay? That they had somebody they were interested in that did some sort of weird mean girl stuff to them. So this could go back to like elementary, middle school. We have 80s. Yeah, it's kind of like the 80s cult classics, mean girl, movies, like the Heathers, and that was the vibe I'm getting. Gosh, this person really is putting you on a pedestal. They're like, it's a weird pedestal because I don't feel like it matches your personality, but it's like they always wanted to be with like the popular cheerleader, or but it's that mean girl energy. And if it's your masculine watching that dates feminines, this is like a feminine that always wanted. Maybe I'm hearing bad boy for you guys, like these archetypes, but I don't feel like you align with that at all. It's just like your presence. It's kind of platonic in a way when you think about, or Martian. Okay. So anything else about this person coming in? Unhinged. What's unhinged? Are they unhinged? I'm going to switch back to the other half of my deck here. Unhinged. Okay, which one? Are they worried that you're unhinged because of your spiritual beliefs or the things that you talk about, Spirit? What? We don't do that here. That's too bad. Like, you don't have to believe, right? Like, obviously, but you don't have to like also think really negative things either. Okay, yeah, this person, so really what is holding this person up from saying something to you is they have some sort of weird issue with your beliefs or the things that you talk about online is what I'm getting. And it's like based in, so like if it's not spiritual beliefs, it could be like I'm hearing like you're a feminist, or I just heard liberal, like, oh, ew, no, we're not dealing with this person if that's where we're gonna go. But it is ego-based BS that why this person is feeling uneasy connecting with you. But again, I really don't like this because this is like they're drawn to you, I feel, for not the right reasons. Okay, now if you're in a space where you're just wanting to have fun, this person probably wants to have fun with you in that type of way. But this doesn't seem like it. They do respect you and they see you as like this authority, but it's almost giving like, I don't know. I feel like this person could very easily get in a space where if they feel insecure about your presence or whatever, they're going to then degrade you based for the same reasons of why they were attracted to you. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, oh, you were drawn to me because I was this, like, you know, free-spirited person and blah, 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 but now you have an issue with it now that you're in a connection, okay? So I want you guys to be mindful of that. This is giving me a little bit of putting somebody in like a glass box just to be on display, but not wanting, you know, like taking that and like putting it away in a room. Like they see you on display and they want to like take you off of the display. I don't have any cards to really say that that's what's going on, but that's just the vibe I get from this. Let's get something else here. What is this ego-based BS that this person is on? What is this? Okay, we have Jupiter. To know is to grow. Yeah, this person, you're probably going to activate some sort of growth for them. They're not very like self-aware, I feel. Jupiter, yes. Okay. This whole thing is happening not because this is like your person. Yes, they're coming towards you. Yes, this person is more drawn to you now that you've done healing. But this connection is coming in for you to kind of enlighten them. And that doesn't mean like holding their hand through this process. I think a lot of you will enlighten them by showing how rational, and because I'm getting the sense like, oh, you're very emotional, or you're just like too, like they see all the spiritual stuff rooted in like emotions and being illogical. And I feel like you're going to enlighten them to show how that's not true, and that emotions are also valuable. Yeah, it's just, you're shifting this person somehow. And also I feel like there's like an ending, like you say something and that's it, the conversation's over, and this person's just left with this like, oh shit, like I don't have really a response to that, or like maybe there's a point there. I think you're going to trigger this person's expansion and their growth, which I know, you might be like, I don't want to do that, but unfortunately that's what we do here. And you don't have to have a platform to be called to do that. You can do that through the connections that you have in your life, but you're needing to use your discernment of, okay, am I going to have this person come towards me that acts like that and then keep feeding into it, or am I going to say what I'm going to say because I say what I feel called to say in that moment because Spirit's speaking through me, and I'm going to walk away and move on and keep walking towards other things. Because once you have that like teacher moment, I feel like the truth will set me free. It expands you. And also I feel like there's something about this person's energy that's coming towards you. For those of you that are resonating, that is very similar to these other connections that built up a lot of darkness in your heart, of having to like prove your worth, or having to put a lot in and not get much back. And they might not present for at first that way. I don't feel like they do it all, because you wouldn't give them a time of day if they did. But it's like, again, in time, people can't hide that aspect to them. And it's like this, as soon as you see it, I feel like your response is spirit speaking through you. You walk away, and that you expand as well. So you're not just helping people out and then not getting anything for it, okay? You are expanding as well, and more things open up for you, because you are showing spirit, you're showing yourself that you are in fact done with this type of energy that puts you in that Seven of Pentacles reverse space, okay? So anything else, spirit, anything else you want me to let the collective know outside of that romantic connection and these friendships coming in? Okay, we have the Muse, Venus. I am inspired. I inspire, and I am inspired. Exactly. Like there is a benefit here from this situation. The thing is that it's not draining when you're not continuing to water something that is not there to receive. You're there to activate, and then you're there to move on. So it's not draining you. And then we have Venus again, the artist. I create my vision. Spirit's wanting you all that are single to continue focusing on the type of connection you want. And make sure when I say that, I don't mean with the person you're wanting. That face needs to be blank. I'm talking about, how does it feel to be with whoever this person will be? What is your connection like? You know, what is that feeling going to be like when you're actively in those moments? You don't need to have a face to it. You can, if you want to make up a face of somebody that doesn't actually exist in your life, then do that. That's great. But don't put somebody that actually exists in your life in that place, because then you're not leaving the door open for what could be in alignment, in the best alignment with you, if you're making it so specific. Continue to be receptive. Continue to believe in the things that you're wanting actually existing, and don't step into a place of settling. I feel like you could definitely, like, there's a fear, I don't think that's the right word. There's a concern here that some could settle for this because you're getting a bit more than you normally did. Like, this person will give you more because they do have a respect for you that I feel like others haven't, and there is a little bit more here that they're giving, but it's not what you want. So, like before, maybe you took crumbs, and this is kind of like a snack, and it's like, what do you want? Do you want the full meal, or what are you wanting here? And for my collective, again, that is a question I feel like you guys have been asked repeatedly in different ways, in your own head, people asking you, like, what do you want? So that's another sign that this is for you, and you are part of these collective readings. So at the bottom of our deck, we have Jupiter again. So this is all Jupiter and Venus. Your love is expanding in your life in multiple different ways. I also heard money is as well. Okay, the world is filled with possibilities. Absolutely. So don't limit yourself. And that's going to be it. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this collective reading, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying them and what you think. I really love reading that. And thank you again for all the comments that you have left in the past, all the subscriptions, sharing these readings with other people that might like them. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me, and it helps the channel grow tremendously. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So much gratitude to you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I look forward to every time I get to sit down and do these collectives. So I hope you're enjoying them as well. And I will see you all at the next one.